Guys, imagine this. A quiet kampong, a village in Kedah, where neighbors know each other by name, where laughter echoes from house to house at night, and life moves slowly. But one evening in December of 2025, just last month, that peace was shattered. Today, I tell the grim story of Muhammad Farhan Zulkifli, a 21-year-old who had allegedly turned on his own family in a freak violent attack that left an elderly woman dead and another gravely wounded. Hey you guys, and welcome to the GMC channel where I bring you the ghost, the mystery, the crime. I am Esther Vincent, also known as Liamia on social media. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I'm glad that you're here. I hope you guys stick around till the end. Leave me a thumbs up, a comment, and if you have not done so, please go ahead and subscribe. That will really help the channel grow, encourage me to make more. And without blabbering even more, let's get into today's crime. Farhan was 21 years old. He lived with his grandmother Halima Hasim, who was 64 years old, and his great-grandmother Mariam Arifin, who was in her mid-80s. Also living with them was Farhan's younger sister, who was 19 years old, Noor Balkis. By all account, this was not a family or not a household that was filled with hatred or anything like that. In fact, Farhan and his sister Noor Balkis had a very close, loving relationship with the two elderly women. Their grandmothers who cooked for them and cared for them like their own children with the little that they had. Their mother lived separately in Penaga, Penang after remarrying, so she left the siblings in the care of both their grandmother and great-grandmother. A family arrangement built on trust, care, and love. But behind closed doors, Farhan had been struggling. According to his younger sister, Farhan had been struggling with some sort of a mental issue for a couple of years then. He often isolates himself inside his room, spending long hours alone. He reportedly heard voices talking to him. He also experienced hallucination. He had been seen by his family member talking to himself, talking alone, talking to the wall, and also sometimes acting strangely. Slowly, quietly, he withdrew himself from the world around him. Despite all the struggle that Farhan was going through, there was never any history of him getting violent. There was never any time that he got angry at his grandmother, no open hostility towards his great-grandmother, which makes what happened next even harder to understand. In the days leading up to the incident, Farhan had been repeatedly calling his mother, pleading, almost begging her to come home and visit them. But his mother, she said that she couldn't, that she had no money, that she had responsibilities in Penaga that she couldn't just leave. To that, Farhan replied saying that them, meaning himself and his grandmothers, they have enough money. All the mother has to do is just come and pay them a visit. So he kept on calling her. Sadly though, the mother did not come as per his request. The calls became even more desperate, and at one point, reportedly, Farhan said, quote, "If you don't come, you'll regret it," end quote. Words, sentence that would later haunt everyone involved. Finally, his mother did come for a visit, but it was a very short visit. She came, stayed for a bit, and she left. Now it's the mid of December 2025. In this tragic day, the attack happened in the evening. Inside the home, everything would have felt ordinary at first, like dinner preparation would have been going on, quiet conversations between family members, just the normal, familiar routine. Then something shifted. It is believed that first Farhan turned on his great-grandmother Mariam. She was 84 years old, defenseless and fragile. As he was attacking her, his grandmother Halima witnessed it. She screamed for him to stop. She tried to intervene. Imagine the horror at that moment. A grandmother trying to step in between her grandson who is hurting her mother. That's when Farhan would stab his grandmother Halima at the back, and that wound would be fatal. She collapsed, bleeding heavily on the floor inside of her home. But the violence didn't stop there. Farhan returns back to his great-grandmother, inflicting deep cuts slash wounds at the back of her neck. What is going on with you, Farhan? Like, stop it, man. The house, once filled with care and warmth, is now a scene of chaos, blood, and terror. The commotion drew the attention of nearby villagers. People rushed in to help, and they were shocked by what had happened. Emergency services were called, police arrived soon after, and unfortunately, Halima, the grandmother, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Great grandmother Maryam was rushed to Sultanabaya Hospital in Alostar in a very critical condition, and by some grace, she would later survive. Soon, the 21-year-old grandson Farhan was arrested at the scene, and a urine test was immediately done on him, and that confirmed that he did not have any sort of drugs. There was no trace of any drugs in his system. Since this just happened like a couple of weeks ago, literally last month, the trial has not begun yet. Farhan has been charged under Malaysian law with the section 302 of the Penal Code for murder, which carries a punishment of death or imprisonment for 30 to 40 years and not less than 12 strokes of the cane if applicable. He also faces section 307, attempted to murder, which carries up to another 20 years of imprisonment and possible fine or whipping. The court has also ordered a psychiatric evaluation acknowledging concerns about his mental condition. Farhan's fate now lies with the justice system. This is not just a crime story. This is a story of mental illness left unmanaged, of family separation, of signs that came in too late or just too quick, if you ask me. A grandmother lost her life trying to save her mother. A great grandmother survived unimaginable violence. A sister lost her brother whom she thought she knew very well. And a village left asking, how did it all came to this? Sometimes the most terrifying tragedies don't come from strangers. It comes from within our own home. If stories like this matters to you, don't forget to like and comment, leave a comment, share it with others. If you have not done so, please do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It will really help the channel to grow further. If you are someone who's struggling with any sort of mental illness, please do go and seek help. Seek help as soon as you can because silence can be deadly. If you guys have time to spare, click on the next video that would be popping up at any time right now. Until the next video, stay safe out there, take care, and I would see you guys soon. Bye.